We're going to go ahead and call our meeting to order. We'd like to welcome everybody out to the December 9th, 2025 Springdale School Board meeting. Thank you all for being here and Merry Christmas. To start our meeting, I'd like to call Reagan Bell to the podium. And she's our student representative, and she's going to lead us in the pledge, and then we get to ask her some tough questions.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You don't need an introduction. We all know you well. Probably lots of people in here know you well. But if you want to just kind of give us a little rundown of where you've been and where you're headed and all that good stuff, we'll go from there.
Okay, yes. So I have been in Springdale schools my entire life. I had the privilege of attending J.B. Hunt and then Hellstern Central, and now I'm a student at HAR-BER. And I love being in Springdale schools. And as for the future, I'm planning on attending the University of Arkansas to major in biomedical engineering. And for that, I'm using that as my pre-med to attend medical school to become a pediatrician.
Okay. Well, board, do we have any questions? And just so everybody knows, this is Mr. Bell's daughter, in case anybody in the audience didn't know that. So I'm sure he has some tough questions that he'd like to ask.
I told her I wouldn't ask.
Smart guy.
I appreciate that.
Favorite board member is.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What's the funniest story that you have about your dad?
Too many.
She's a politician too.
Do you guys have any questions for Reagan?
Reagan, tell us a little bit about your experience at HAR-BER and everything that you're involved in.
So one thing that I really love about HAR-BER is that they give you the opportunity to be involved in anything you want. And so I have the honor of serving as the senior class president this year. And so I get to help plan events for the seniors and coordinate community service, allowing them to get in some more hours before they graduate. And I'm also the first lieutenant for the dance team, and I love being a Silver Star. There's just so much pride and love that goes into being a Silver Star, and I love my team. I wouldn't be who I am without them today. And I love that I have the opportunity to take so many AP classes. I have the privilege of graduating with 10 AP classes this year, and so there's just so much opportunity at HAR-BER. I love being in choir. I'm in the Camerata Choir this year, and I'm a member of Lighthouse, and it is so much fun. And so I just really love how Dr. Grape and all of the administration just allows us to be involved in so many things and find our passion.
So what specific class or teacher has kind of led you towards medical? Like what kind of made you start thinking that way?
I've kind of always been very intrigued in the medical field. I love the idea of helping people, and so specifically a pediatrician because I love working with kids. And I do feel like I kind of got that experience through Silver Stars. We do a lot of volunteering at elementary schools and kiddie clinics, and working with the kids there is so fun. And I got to participate in HOSA, which is HAR-BER's medical club, and that just really opens so many doors and kind of shows you what the medical field looks like and different experiences that high schoolers can have before going to college to pursue a medical degree.
Well, normally we have parents stand up. Everybody knows Clinton is your mom.
Yes.
She's right there.
Stand up, Mom. Well, thank you for being here and taking time out of your day to join us. And obviously, we all know you have a bright future, and
Thank you.
thanks for taking us along the journey.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so that brings us to our agenda for tonight. Dr. Bloom, do you have any changes to our agenda?
No, sir. Yours good.
I make a motion that we approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
I have a motion by Mrs. Creek and a second by Mrs. Cook to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, I'll turn it over to Dr. Cleveland for celebrations and reports.
Got some great celebrations and some really quality reports tonight. First on our list is our fall 2025 Arkansas Seal of Literacy data. And I believe we have Miss Erin Kemp. There she is.
Wow. I don't think anybody's ever got an applause on the way up before.
Thank you. Good evening. Merry Christmas. My name is Erin Kemp. I teach French at Springdale High School. I'm the World Languages Department Chair at Springdale High School, and I coordinate the Seal of Biliteracy there. I'm delighted to share with you our recent success with the Seal of Biliteracy. This is a certification that honors our students that are proficient in English and in a second language. They prove this by taking a test that measures their skills in reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So it is really awesome. They use the seal as evidence on professional resumes, portfolios, college applications, job interviews, things like that. We've had it since 2018, and more than 8,000 Springdale students have earned the seal, and that is more than any other school district in the state of Arkansas. So, there are 2 application seasons each year, so we're only halfway through. But for the fall, Springdale has 189 recipients. That's more than any other district in the state. 20 for SOI, 51 for HAR-BER, and a whopping 118 for Springdale High School. We are so proud of that. And we expect even more in the spring. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you to Mr. Jones, Ms. Tischer, Dr. Smith. We thank them very much for their support of our program. Thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
It really is tremendous. I mean, when she briefly went over how amazing all that is, but it's really a Herculean effort. And so, thank you, Ms. Kemp. That's we're very fortunate, very blessed in Springdale. We really are. Next, it's my delight to introduce a young lady. Her name is Miss Adriana Perez. She represented all of Springdale schools. Miss Adriana, please come forward. In a very once-in-a-lifetime opportunity at Springdale, or at Crystal Bridges, and I'm not going to blow it for you. I'm going to let her just tell you all about it. The floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Adriana Bettis, and as you can see, I had the unique and immense honor of meeting former President Barack Obama at a youth town hall during Crystal Bridges.
Didn't just meet him.
I got to shake hands with him, and I also got to moderate a conversation with 2 other standout seniors from across the state on conversation topics such as democracy and hope.
So what kind of selection process did you go through to get to do that?
So what basically happened was that every high school, from my understanding in a district, their directors had to nominate a student to essentially represent their district at this youth town hall. So I actually didn't have to apply or anything. I just got a call during AP Psychology, and they told me that they nominated me. So that was really awesome. And that same day, I found out I was elected, which was something I never thought would actually happen. I mean, just the fact that Dr. Grebe thought of me was enough for me to make me happy. But when I found out I actually was selected, I started to cry, and so did my mother, because that was something I just never thought was possible for me.
So is there a class that was kind of tied to this?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. Debate and mock trial. So my debate coach is actually here, but all my debate instructors, Lauren Lowendorf, Daniel Cotto, Joelle Brown, all of them have been pivotal to my growth as a public speaker and orator, which directly ties into public speaking and what former President Barack Obama is involved with, which is politics.
I can definitely tell that
Yeah.
they didn't just pull you out of math class.
We like math, Dr. Smith.
Yes. So what do you want to do in the future?
I will be an immigration attorney and a criminal justice attorney one day. That is my hope and that is my dream.
Very cool. And what year are you?
I am a senior. Yes, this is my last year, sadly.
Do you know where you're going to school?
Not yet, but I am hoping to go out of state for university. I think my top school is probably Northwestern right now. Whether I get in is different, but that is my hope. But if not, I am very happy with going to York as well. We have some great schools here, so I'm happy wherever I go.
You guys have any other questions? Dr. Lee, do you have any questions?
I have some.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
I heard you.
Somebody say wait?
No.
Okay. I said, are we having a debate?
Well, I have to tell you, you asked about the selection process, and so all of the principals nominated someone from the schools, and it came to me, and I shared with the Crystal Bridges, we'll say, team, and Ms. Perez was selected. And once she was selected, she came over to meet with me, along with her teacher and Mr. Jones, and went through a pretty rigorous process of kind of an interview process. And we talked about what happened or what might happen. And little did I know, she had already been visiting with Crystal Bridges. They stepped forward and she had visited with them. What happened was a student from Little Rock Public Schools, their superintendent selected someone in Bentonville. So the largest 3 districts in the state all had one person. And they stayed up there for an hour, asked multiple questions. 3 of our middle schools were also selected, and they were part of the arts integration program. And they'll be here tonight to talk. We have principals and students. But Ms. Perez, she quickly became someone that I took great interest in because I think she's going to be a fantastic attorney, and I want to make sure she comes back home. It's okay to go away to school. It's more important to come home to practice. I think she'd be a great teacher. Obviously, I try to recruit everybody to be a teacher because we need them, but it's important that we give back to our community, I think. And so Dr. Smith, our wonderful Dr. Smith, met or knows Congressman Womack. And if you know Congressman Womack very well, he passes out challenge coins occasionally. And you have to do something pretty incredible to get one. And so Dr. Smith, on her behalf and on my behalf, she stepped out and created, it helped me create a challenge coin, an excellence coin, Springdale Excellence coin. And so tonight we're going to unveil the first of these coins. And I want to present it
Thank you.
because she was excellent. And it says, creating minds that think, hearts that care, and hands that serve on one side. And on the other side, it says Springdale Public Schools, rooted in excellence. So this is the first one, and it's because you did such a great job, and we're so thankful and appreciative that you chose Springdale as your home, and we want you to remember where you're planted and where your roots are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Introduce her family.
Do you have family here?
I do. I do have family here. My mother and my sister's here.
Yeah, thank you. I know they're proud.
They are, very much so. Thank
Anybody
you.
have anything else, Ms. Perez?
No, I've embarrassed her enough.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here and for representing the district so well. So,
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
okay, thanks.
She really was great. Also, a lot of folks that were great that afternoon were our principals and the students that were selected from our 3 middle schools, Helster and J.O. Kelly and Sonora. So I would like to invite them to come to the podium to talk about our Crystal Bridges event. So I'm not sure in what order they're going to go or what kind of presentation they're going to make, but I can tell you it should be pretty eventful.
All right. won't monopolize everybody's time. I'm Mr. Buchanan, Jonathan Buchanan. I'm the principal over at J.L. Kelly Middle School. And I had the privilege to go to this event, and it really was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. President Obama just shared a message of hope and resilience. The three things that I really took away are the three things that he left us with, which were, one of the students had put out a question, which was basically like, give us 3 words that you can leave us with as a motivation for us. And he said, well, I'll give you 3 statements that I can leave you with. And the first one was to be kind. The second one was to be useful. And the third was to empower others. And I felt that hit me right in the right spot. And I feel like it embodies what we try to do here in Springdale. And so it's just a real privilege to be able to be there, and to see the way that our kids reacted to being in his presence. We had one student that had made a video for his question, and he was extremely excited when they put his video up on the board, and he got to kind of have his face in front of everybody. And it was just a great moment in time. I really appreciate Dr. Cleveland advocating for us to be able to attend. And then I appreciate Mrs. Fink too, kind of setting the partnership up with us for the Arts Integration Initiative. They've come out and done a lot with our students. They've spent additional time and resources. They've come out with their mobile art lab with us twice. We're doing another arts night next week for our school. If you guys want to come do something fun, we're gonna do that on the 16th, and Crystal Bridges will be there for us for that as well. But it's just a super unique opportunity. Very grateful for that.
I'll just add to that, the partnership that we've had with Crystal Bridges has been incredible in many ways, and this was just sort of like a cherry on top to get to attend this event and take our students. They allowed us to bring 15 students each. I had selected just naturally my student leadership team, and as soon as teachers started hearing that that we were getting to attend this event with the former president, I had a group of teachers reach out and say, you've got to take this student Alejandro. He has special needs and gifts, and one of those is that he is passionately obsessed with presidential facts. He and beyond presidents, just politics in general. But he wants to become president one day, and they were like, "You have to take him. Like this would just make his more than his day. He would make his life." And so we added him to the group that we took, and Dr. Cleveland heard the story about this student, and he was able to select one additional student to meet the president in addition to Ms. Perez, and he chose Alejandro. And so he showed up in a suit that day. He brought Obama's book, and he was too nervous to say too much to him, but he was beaming ear to ear, and his whole family is just so proud. And so it was one of those moments where you're like, okay, it was just reminds us why sometimes we do this work and how it can be life-changing for kids to have these type of opportunities. So
I will agree with everything that the last two just said, but I'll add, it was really fun to watch our students responding as they were watching the speaker, former President Barack Obama, and it was really fun to see our Springdale student get up there and shine. You'll hear our students speak from Helster in a minute, but a lot of what they took away is actually what some of the high school students said, and so that was fun to see our students and their leadership being displayed on the same stage as a former president. So it was just amazing in every way, and I'm going to now turn it over to some Helstern students and also Ms. Keys.
Okay, yeah, so when she asked me if I wanted to chaperone, I was like, heck yeah, I'm there. And I was so excited. And then I had the opportunity to meet with the students before, and we watched some of his town hall meetings. And I'm like, y'all, this is in Berlin. Like, this is getting ready to happen in Bentonville. And so it was just so exciting to, like, pep them up and just get them excited. And then whenever we went that day, it was just so cool to see them all just, like, big-eyed, not just at the museum, but it was just like, they kept saying, like, in a moment, our special guest will arrive. And they were all just like craned to the back. And then they were playing like his walk-in music. And the kids were just really so excited about it. But another thing that I think is, I wanted to point out is that this partnership with Crystal Bridges has offered our schools, and I think the 3 participating schools, so much. And I was in on a Zoom meeting this afternoon with them for about another opportunity that's celebrating their like 250th anniversary, that's coming up, and a big, essay contest. And so we're so excited to work with some of our students on that. But our partnership with Springdale Schools and Crystal Bridges, it's amazing. I just was, just proud to be there. And I mean, I had random teachers like messaging me, like, can you get me a ticket? Can you do this? I'm like, no, I don't think I can. But I was pretty, people were kind of envious of me. But I would say the biggest takeaway that I got from former President Obama was he told the students, he said, instead of worrying about what you're going to be, he said, instead think about what you want to do, because what you want to be is more of an end result. So yeah, you might want to be rich, you might want to be famous, you might want to be all that, but more, what do you want to do? And so whenever I heard Reagan Bell speak here at the beginning, and she said, she said first she wants to help others. And then later on, she threw in she wanted to be a pediatrician. And so I thought that is exactly what former President Obama was trying to get the kids to do, is to think about, like, what do you really want to do? Do you want to, create something? Do you want to inspire someone? Do you want to fix something? Do you want to improve something? And that was just my big takeaway whenever I sat down and reflected on it. So it was a great opportunity. I appreciate it. And now I'm going to pass it on to the real stars here. Olivia, thank you.
Hello, school board members. My name is Olivia Scott, and I'm a 6th grader at Hellstrom Middle School. Last Monday, 16 of my peers and I had the privilege to hear former President Obama speak about service leadership. It was a truly amazing opportunity, and I will never forget it. He talked about skills to help you in the future and how to make a difference. I learned some very useful tips and tricks that I know will help me in my later years. It was very inspiring to hear of all that he has done. I learned that even if you start at the bottom, if you work hard, you can make it to the top. President Obama helped people his whole life, and I want to make that same kind of positive impact. I was very inspired and awed to be in the presence of a former president, and especially one who showed service leadership throughout his entire life. This was an incredible privilege, and I know that I will be able to apply this during my further school years. I think we can all agree that the world needs a little bit more kindness now, and I learned a lot of different ways to show that. All in all, it was an experience I will absolutely never forget. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Julia Cordado, and I'm a 7th grader here at Hellstrom Middle School. And I'm going to share my experience getting to know former President Barack Obama. And this is an experience I absolutely never thought I would ever be able to attend and stuff. And I absolutely loved it. It was so awesome, and it was so incredible. And it honestly made me open my eyes and view perspectives differently, and just the POV of the world and everything. And President Barack Obama inspired me to be kind to others, and to also inspire others, because the whole point was for him to talk to us young minds and get us to want to change the world at a young age, because the future involves on us, it's our duty. And he wants us to grow older and change the world, because the future counts on us. And he and one of the high school MCs encouraged us to learn other people's perspectives as a future leader, and being kind and really listening to others' perspectives is really something that I will take with me to inspire my generation and the next. Thank you.
There were some parts of the day while they're taking their seats. I'm not going to call anyone back up. I was invited to go in the back with President Obama, along with Dr. Jones from Springdale, Dr. Wright from Morocco, and I did take Alejandro with me. And he and I got to spend quite a lot of time together, well over an hour. And there is a new art piece in the back called "We the People," and it's an art piece that's not developed yet. Part of the development was President Obama was going to put the first shoestring in the first hole of "We the People," the scrolled out. It's this huge wall, And then the 3 students were going to put the next 3 shoestrings. Those were the first 4 pieces of the new artwork. And Alejandro got to do that. Well, there was a very meticulous process in order to do it. Alejandro was pretty nervous, so we practiced and we practiced and we practiced, along with the other students. I kind of thought I was going to get to do it too, but no, the adults were to stand away and no shoestring for me or any of the other adults. But I can tell you this, Alejandro performed very well. He's proud of his shoestring, and so we talked, and his suit looked good. He was excited to be there. He and I spoke a lot, but when it came time for the president to come and be introduced to each student, it didn't matter. It didn't matter if anyone had special needs or not. No one could speak. You know, it's like having that starstruck idea of, you know, you're meeting the Queen of England or the President of the United States. It didn't matter. When you're meeting either the current leader of the free world or the former leader of the free world, that's kind of a big deal when you think about how huge that is. And it doesn't matter if you voted for the person or you didn't. That is a big deal. I was very pleased to be able to just talk to him. And so, you know me, I did. We had a conversation, right? So we talked a little bit about education, we talked about the current state of education. But what I was so pleased about and how he interacted with our 3 high school students on the stage and how he conversed with the students in the room and some adults in the room is that he didn't talk about politics of the day. He talked about engagement, connecting with one another, listening to other people's opinions and valuing those opinions, and then how to learn and grow from those. Because each of us, we don't have to fight with each other. We have to value what each other says, and then is there something that you have to say to me that I can be better from, even if I don't agree with it? And so the students came back, I believe, better in learning something from someone who was the leader of the free world, who still has influence in the world. And he's been there, done that, and he cared enough to be there to communicate with them. I'm not sure if he gave his time. I don't know how that works. I mean, he was at Crystal Bridges, right? And so he may have been compensated. I don't know. But being there with our students who may never get an opportunity to meet the leader of a free world again was a big deal. And how he treated Dr. Wright, Dr. Jones, and me, I'll not forget either. I felt like it was talking to each one of us as we would on the street. And it's pretty special. So I think it would be the same with George Bush or George W. Bush or anybody. And so I think we were pretty fortunate to have gotten to go. And I know some of the people in the room here, their students went, their children went, and I would be interested to see or hear their reactions. I know overall Springdale had the most people there, and I can tell you, your children look like $1 million. Even if they didn't have $1 million at home, they looked great. Boys wore suits, their shoes were great, the girls looked amazing, the teachers they looked so great and so respectful. Our students walked in, and so you could tell they were from Springdale because we looked the best. And I was so proud. And I believe all of you would be so proud of how all of the students represented our district, because I really was. And anyway, I hope you can feel it from me of how great Springdale did that day. And anyway, that's my take on it. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for participating. You guys selected well from your school, and you 3 behaved as well. So thank you for that. Anyway, thanks a lot. Okay, Ms. Fink, you we've got some others to celebrate a little. Thank you.
Good evening, Board. We are here tonight to celebrate John Tyson Elementary School. They recently received some awards for their Tiger Talk program from their school. Dr. Poe was not able to be here this evening. She's traveling back from Little Rock, but I've asked Ms. Kirby to come and give you an overview of the awards that were won and give one of her students an opportunity to share their experience. So, Ashley?
Thank you, Dr. Cleveland and board, for recognizing our students tonight. This is such a big deal because this podcast that was awarded is truly student-led. So they are the ones coming up with the themes, the scripts. They're doing all the behind-the-scenes work. So we're really proud of them. Ms. Bogart, our East facilitator, couldn't be here tonight. So she shared with me some information that she wanted me to pass along. Tiger Talk is an award-winning podcast that is written and produced by our 4th and 5th grade East students at John Tyson Elementary School. Emery Johnson, who's with me tonight, Janet Perez, and Roderick Jello produced season 6 of Tiger Talk. And I think some of you have been special guests of our podcast before. So the Arkansas Podcast Collaborative recognizes exceptional work in podcasting and celebrates excellence through its annual ARCAST Awards. For the second consecutive year, Tiger Talk was nominated for ARCAST Awards in multiple categories. In 2025, Tiger Talk received 4 ARCAST Award nominations for Best Kids and Family Podcast, Best Education Podcast, Best Young Podcaster, which was Miss Emery Johnson, and a Rising Star podcaster, Miss Janet Perez. So many of you in this room, I know, have supported our students by casting votes, and we're thrilled to share that our Tiger Talk podcast won 3 ARCAST Awards. Janet Perez was the 2025 Rising Star podcaster. It was also honored, our podcast, as the 2025 Best Kids and Family Podcast, which made Roderick Jello the first Marshallese student to receive an ARCAST Award. And Emery Johnson, who is here with me this evening, was recognized as the 2025 Best Young Podcaster. So we're so proud of them. The podcast continues, but I'm going to turn it over to Miss Emery to share a little bit more about her experience.
Good evening. My name is Emery Johnson, and I am a 6th grader at Houston Middle School. When I was a 5th grader at John Tyson Elementary School, I had the incredible opportunity to serve as the host of our school's podcast, Tiger Talk. Along with my co-host Janet Perez and Roderick Jello, we created episodes about Arkansas's festivals. Our goal was to encourage families to get out and enjoy the great state of Arkansas. This year, we are excited to accept 3 ARCAST Awards from the Arkansas Podcast Collaborative. We are grateful to this organization for recognizing our work and encouraging young podcasters like ours to share stories that matter. We also want to thank our teachers who taught us to read, write, listen, and speak with confidence. And a very special thank you to our East facilitator, Jennifer Bogart, for giving us opportunities to practice our presentation and literacy skills, and for cheering us on as we gain the courage to speak to adults just like I am doing tonight. We appreciate the support of our loyal listeners who voted for Tiger Talk and believed in us as podcasters. Thank you for celebrating this accomplishment for us. And as we always say on our podcast, Tiger Talk to you later, roar.
Great.
She just left.
Yeah.
Just left.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
That was excellent.
Very good.
Great job.
Okay. Our nurses are up. David? I should say Mr. Donnell. What a group.
Okay, man, I like good news. Good news is great. I'm excited to announce that our district nurses were selected to receive the 2025 Outstanding Childhood Immunization Award from Immunize Arkansas. This award is given to an organization or individual or provider who demonstrates exceptional dedication to childhood immunizations. And I like to say this a lot, that teamwork makes the dream work. And it's amazing what can be accomplished when a team coalesces around a shared vision and then takes action to achieve it. Thank you, Miss Amy Schultz and Miss Monica Witchen, for your leadership. Thank you, Missy Martinez, for working with us and to make our vision become reality. And thank you, social workers, for calling all students and families. And thank you, nurses, for leading this vision to each one of your schools. We've been working on this for like the last 3 years, refining our process, just each year making it a little better and better and better. And when this team came together this year, we were just really focused on making it the very best it could be. And next thing you know, we're recognized for an award, which I really wanted to say thank you to the whole team back here, everybody here that's here. I'm gonna turn the mic over to Ms. Schultz and let her say a few words.
Thank you, Board and Dr. Cleveland, for having us tonight. This immunization award is an incredible honor. It truly means so much to our department. This recognition reflects the remarkable dedication and professionalism of our nursing team. Every day, our nurses show up with compassion, skill, and a commitment to keeping our students healthy and protected. I'm so proud of each and every one of them. This award is not just about meeting requirements. It represents countless hours of organizing appointments, transportation, educating families, following up on records, and making sure no student falls through the cracks. It highlights the strength of the systems we've built together and the care that goes into every step of the immunization process. Most importantly, this award is a celebration of teamwork. None of this would be possible without the effort of our entire nursing staff and the support of our district partners. We truly are our best when we work together. Teamwork makes the dream work, and this achievement is proof of that. I also want to give a special thank you to Missy Martinez and the technology department for creating an amazing immunization tracking tool for us to use. Also, our district social workers for assisting nurses with phone calls and appointments. Also to our principals for supporting our nurses, and to our district leadership for their ongoing support as well. And of course, a big thank you to our incredible nurses for everything you do. This award belongs to all of us, and I couldn't be prouder to lead such an amazing team. I'm happy to answer questions if you have any.
What goes into this award? I mean, I know we can say immunizations across the board, but what are they looking for as far as making sure, like, what's the percentage base, or like how many we have, or what exactly are you trying to prove, I guess, to the government?
Well, I mean, of course, we want to make sure that all students are taken care of and no one falls through the cracks. So we work really hard with making sure that everybody, receives their immunizations and they're compliant. And it takes a lot of teamwork, like we said.
Trying to get the paperwork alone, I'm sure.
Right, yes.
There are required immunizations, right? By a certain age, you have to hit those deadlines. And
That's correct.
you have 20+ thousand students, 21,000 students, and by a certain age, you have to hit those deadlines, and then again later. And so you have to have a system, right? And so this particular award is for creating a system, meeting those deadlines, and doing it as efficiently as possible, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So if you have a small district, it might not be so bad because you know everybody. But when you don't know everybody and there's a lot of movement, this is the way I see the world.
Right.
A lot of ins and lots of outs, and you're constantly back and forth, right? So we have 10 to 15% students that come in and go out throughout the year, and so you're constantly doing these things, right? When records don't come in or leave. And so I think the award, this is my perception, and I think this may be the answer to this good question, is what precipitated the award is the recognition of that Herculean effort to create a system that maybe others could emulate, that reduces time, energy, and effort in order for you and others to do the real work, not just collect numbers.
I think exactly what you're saying. I think a lot of people just assume that when students enroll that everything's there, and that sometimes, I mean, getting it there and checking it, and I just think there's a lot more to it, and that's kind of what I was trying to. And you did a much better job.
No. I knew where you were headed, so I wanted to make sure.
There is a lot more to it, and Missy made it incredibly easy for us this year with the new tracking program.
Ms. Cook is a systems thinker. She likes systems. That's good too. Well, we are grateful for your work, and we know that your work is hard. I don't even know how to do your work, nor could I, or don't want to. Okay? So anyway, I'm grateful that you want to do that and serve kids in the right way. I know Mr. Donnell sings your praises every Friday, all of you. So thank you for your work, and certainly Ms. Martinez for creating systems that work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here tonight.
All right. Caroling on the Creek, and I'm sorry, that was a 2 years ago slip. Caroling in the Courtyard was a huge success this year. We had beautiful caroling. If you'll look on the screen, you can see Trent singing "O Come All Ye Faithful" right there. Look at that. They caught him right in the act of singing that, which I think is pretty cool. So anyway, we had food trucks, we had hot cocoa, we had Joshua Panetta as the host. And I don't know how Trent pulled this off, but he got Santa in this busy time of year to come to caroling in the Courtyard, which was just outstanding. I couldn't believe it. It was just, he was there and kids were just going crazy. It was the largest event that I've been to so far. We had approximately 4,000 people is what we figured up that we had in attendance. And then also, I've just added additionally all the fine arts schedule right there for anyone out there that wants to see amazing students doing amazing things in fine arts performances. Some of the best teachers in the state of Arkansas, and we just want to invite everybody to come out and have a great time at any of those performances. Any questions? Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Speaking of systems, Mr. Miller?
Good evening, board. We have some unique opportunities in the technology department, and tonight I get to tell you about something I'm super excited about. So, Ms. Martinez, who you saw up here recognized with the nurses, we've been able to shift some things around in our department to create some white space for her so that she can continue that amazing work that she does and develop something that we've really been passionate about for a long, long time. And so what I'm going to talk to you about tonight is the up and coming academic dashboard. And so our teachers have a really tremendous job of trying to keep track of and manage all the different data related to students. And then our administrators have an even tougher job because it's multiplied by the amount of students that they are having to keep track of and having to monitor and having to make sure that we're taking care of them and doing the best work that we can do. And so from the technology perspective, we wanted to see what we could do to provide some assistance in that area. And so that's where this dashboard came from. And so, you know, a lot of it is teachers trying to manage all the different data points and how they relate to student success. There's many times lag associated with trying to put all that information together, make decisions based on that information, and doing that in a timely manner. You know, their time is precious, and we want to try and give some of it back to them. And so that's what this dashboard is for. And so to shift to some Army vernacular for a second, we call it command and control, or the general's placemat is basically what we call it. And so what it is it's the data that he prefers to see when he wants to see it, in the way he wants to see it. And so what we've tried to do is build something that's going to be flexible enough that teachers will be able to use it exactly the way they need it to be. So they'll be able to show and hide fields and be able to pull all the data that they need into one place without having to go to a bunch of different systems to get that data. And so that's what this is all about, the right data for the right job. It's going to scale based on your role that you have in the district. So teachers will have individual student growth, deep dive into specific student metrics that we have available to them. Staff will be able to utilize the information at their level to look at scheduling, resource needs, different things like that. And then administrative views will have performance metrics so they can monitor whole school performance data. And so it's going to all be scaled to the position and the role that you have available. And so the timeline for this is we're doing a small implementation starting with ELL because they've got a lot of different data points and tests that they do. So we're utilizing their data for the proof of concept. And then once we get that completed, we're going to roll it to the rest of the district. And we've had, and I'll give you, that's a little sample of what it looks like right now, but Missy is doing a tremendous job of pulling all these different data points together. She is a magician in building systems that are usable, that are valuable for teachers, and that really answer the questions that they're trying to get to. And so to have her work involved in this project is really pretty phenomenal, and I think it will be transformative for the work that we do in the district. So I just wanted to share that with you and what we've got coming from our department. So if you have any questions, I know that's kind of quick overview and high level for what we've got going on, but I'm sure we'll be able to stand up here and share more about it with you as it develops further.
It's exciting.
I think it's going to be pretty amazing. It's going to be a huge time saver, I think, and a invaluable resource for just putting all the data pieces together.
It's hard to tell Paul's excited.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Mr. President? Just turn it back over to you.
Okay. Looks like we have SCA. There. Come on, man.
You're the next contestant on. Why do you say SEA? You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Come on, man.
Good evening, school board members and Dr. Cleveland. My name is Valerie Hanna. I serve as the SEA president and an educator here in Springdale. We have had the privilege to be recognized as leaders in our state association. We've been asked to mentor some of our other local associations in Northwest Arkansas on their logistics, growing their locals, and advocating for students and educators. They've also asked us for advice on fostering and maintaining collaborative partnerships with our school board to work towards the best public learning environment for all. I know that having been asked about that, we are very aware that we are in a privileged space where we get to stand here every month and have conversations with our administration and with our school board freely. And in that idea, if you look in your bag, you will find a cute little invitation to our Jolly Jingle Mingle next Tuesday at Blind Bear, if you would like to come join us. For I have been told there is skee ball and also a good time. So we would love to see you guys there. And also, big shout out, I don't have much this month, but big shout out to to our birthday girl, Miss Callie Day. She handmade these ornaments for everyone. So I hope you enjoy them, and I hope we can see you at our holiday party and or just have a happy Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank you.
Don't believe we have any patron comments. So that brings us to our consent agenda for the evening. Do we have any questions or comments about that? I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
We have a motion by Mr. Ramos and a second by Mrs. Creek to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Brings us to our action items. Looks like Mr. White.
I thought you were about to get a 3-minute title.
Good evening, Board, Dr. Cleveland. Tonight, I'm going to present you all with the 2026 master plan. So the 6-year master plan, it always works on a 2-year cycle. And the timeline for the 2026 master plan is due by February 1st of 26. So this master plan, it looks at facility needs and strategy to address the needs. And that also includes a public hearing with comments and questions. So our 6-year master plan, what our district is looking into is repair and replace aging schools and/or buildings, improve academic and workforce readiness facilities, improve multi-purpose and physical education facilities. So right now, our approved master plan projects are Jones Elementary, replace the main building. It was 1959 is when that building was opened. Estimated cost of construction was $25 million. Estimated state participation was $11.2 million. And then this project, we're going to rescind that back to the state and reapply for the next funding cycle, which is a year 2 project. So it'd be May of 28 when we would find out funding. Westwood Elementary, it was the same year, 1959. Estimated cost of construction is $27 million. The state's participation is $11.1 million, and we're still working on getting that into budget. Okay, so this is our planned projects for this cycle on the master plan. And I can go through these, and if you guys have any questions, you can just ask me. So at Springdale High School, we've got the baseball stadium improvements. Estimated cost is $2.6 million. We've got it on a 2028 estimated construction date. Same with softball stadium improvements, $2.3 million cost of construction, and it's on a 2028 construction date. The multi-purpose facility, we don't have any pricing on any estimating on that. It's to be determined, and it's on the 2030 cycle. Performing Arts Center renovations to be determined on cost and on a 2028 construction cycle. And then we've got a cover that's going to go over the band bleachers. We're still working on estimates right now, and that would be a 2026 construction time. So that's all of the Springdale High renovations that we have on this cycle of master plan. So at HAR-BER High School, we've got baseball stadium improvements at estimated $4 million on a 2028 cycle. We've got the softball stadium improvements. It's about $2.5 million estimated, and on a 2028 cycle. We've also got a multi-purpose facility improvement. It's a $16.8 million estimated cost, and that is on the 2030 cycle. And over at HAR-BER, we've also got a band cover in project over there. We're still working on estimates on it right now, so that's to be determined, and that's a 2026 construction date. We've got a project for our treehouse pantry to add a freezer. We've got a $120,000 estimated construction cost, and that's a 2026 2026 construction date on it. And that we're working on designs and estimates on that. TG Smith, we've got a secured entry and a walkway. Its estimated cost is $800,000, and it's on a 2030 cycle. Do you guys have any comments or questions on the 6-year master plan? And we do have a sign-in sheet here. So if there's anybody that hadn't signed in, I can get this to them to sign in. And we did present this at the the CEC meeting. Yeah. So we got a new name for it. So we did present it at that, and we got their comments and sign-in sheet also.
We've had that a couple of work sessions.
Yeah. Okay. I guess if you guys don't have any questions, I would just ask for an approval.
And as always, this is just a plan to submit. If we don't put anything forward, we certainly can't apply for anything, so.
Yeah.
This is just our effort to do so.
Yeah, and these, I mean, we can adjust these out as the master plan grows, you know.
Can they be moved back or up?
It depends on the project.
It never hurts to move them up.
Mhm.
It shows that you've done well in moving them up. But when you apply for partnership money, you can't move those up. You know, because you're applying and there's certain dates that you apply for.
Yep.
Motion to approve the facilities plan.
Second. Motion by Mrs. Creek and a second by Mr. Ramos to approve the facilities master plan. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, Board. Dr. Cleveland. The first item on my section of the agenda tonight is the seeking approval of the November financial statements. My apologies. Just a few things that I wanted to point out on these financials. Our operating revenue is up a little bit over the same time last year. Building fund is down, and that's attributable to last year we sold some properties that we obviously don't have for sale this year, so that explains the decrease this year. Also wanted to note that same time last year for our current property taxes, we're up a little less than 4.9 million than where we were same time last year. So, of course, that's attributable to our increased assessment values. Also wanted to note that our food service revenues are about $300,000 ahead of where they were last year as well. I think that's increased participation with students in both breakfast and lunch. So just wanted to make those few items, comments on the revenue side. On the expenditure side, I did verify, I wanted to note that on our Fund 2 operating fund expenditures, last year we were at 35.34%, and this year we are at 35.34% year to date. And so I knew that it brought a question to me when I saw that, and I thought, oh, I did miss something, but I did go back and verify that that is correct. And so, obviously, our building fund expenditures have slowed down. You know, last year we had SHS going, we had Southwest Junior High and Central Junior High, and so our year-to-date building fund expenditures are significantly less than this time last year. And so, you also have your check register, and I did want to point out, we've talked about this for several different months about the matching system that our bank uses to try to ensure that we don't have any check washing and that type of thing going on. And so I'm happy to report that effective this month, our bank is also automatically matching our vendors to our upload file. And so we're very pleased to have that, because in the past, when you do see check washing, that's what's happening, is the vendor that we issued it to and what's actually being presented at the bank don't match. So we're happy to report from the finance office that that has been resolved and in operation at this time. So just ask that, seeking approval of the financial statements.
Make a motion that we approve the November financials.
Second. A motion by Mrs. Cook and a second by Mr. Ramos to approve the November 2025 financial statements as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. The next item is requesting approval for a related party contract with Miss Christy Snow Schrager. This is for our CSSOs are required to have range training for gun range training. And so this is a new vendor for us, that they are more local to us, so we don't have all the travel time that we're paying for our officers to go train, and then also it was a cheaper contract as well. So it's competitive, it's closer, so it's saving us money kind of all the way around, and so we wanted to present this for approval.
I'll make a motion that we approve the related party transaction with Christie Snow Schrager.
Second.
A motion by Mrs. Creek, a second by Mrs. Cook to approve the related party transaction. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. The second one is for Ms. Holland Prim. She is an employee of the school district. She offers custom printed T-shirts in small quantities, which is usually the problem we run into, is most companies want large quantities to be produced at low prices. So she was able to offer competitive prices and low quantities in a very short turnaround time. So seeking approval to do contract work with her.
Make a motion to approve the related party transaction from Ms. Brand.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Ramos and a second by Mrs. Cook to approve the related party transaction for Ms. Prim. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Do we have anything else before we adjourn, board? Dr. Clayton? Good. Well, with that, our meeting is adjourned. Thanks for being here.
See you in 2020.